So, this is Big D and Shade from TacoYaki Anime.
Yo!
Bonjour.
We have a special guest with us. It is Spaz again, and I forgot to put his name in the picture.
Come on, Big D. Good lord.
Oh my god. But yeah, this is the spastic one. He's going to be joining us today. He is our resident manga expert. Today, we'll be talking about the upcoming anime for winter of 2020.
Oh, I just read that too. Hey, I make that mistake a lot, so.
So yeah, it's gonna be a rough transition into 2020, as this shows a good example. Today we have 17 shows we're gonna be talking about. The synopsis and the trailer for. And the first one on the list, if I can get over to the thing, is Darwin's Game. So
I don't know. I feel like I saw this one, and I just feel like I wanted to know a little bit more before I put myself into this one.
So when I saw this one, the first thing I thought of was King's Game.
That's the reason why. That is 110% the reason why I'm looking at this going, you need to tell me more about this before I try to even remotely jump into it, because God, King's Game scarred me for a good long while.
Yeah.
And that trailer does absolutely nothing for it.
No.
Which is why I'm kind of surprised this one was on your list, because I know you usually go a lot of times by the trailer.
Yes, so I watched the trailer and I was like, all I could think of is King's Game. And what I hope for this show is that it's better than King's Game. I started it. I think you finished King's Game, right, Psycho?
I got as far as I could. I didn't actually finish it. There became a point where I was like, I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, it's too much of the high school melodrama, and after hearing your opinions through half of the series, then I kind of lost interest. So maybe this was better. That's my hopes for it. The studio that makes this is Nexus, which I don't recognize. Nexus? What have they done?
Nothing that I recognize.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of sister anime. Looks like.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
done a lot of sister anime.
Okay, Grand Bloom, which I wanted to watch but never got to. Comic Girls, I think I watched the first episode of that, and it's kind of like, it reminds me of what was it? What was that show that was like behind the scenes of anime, and it was like showing the production of it. The main character was like a production assistant who was like taking scenes to different characters and stuff like that. And they were like launching a show for the first time. I can't remember the name of it, but it seems like it's gonna be in that vein. So,
well, the only one I can say for sure for me that I've read from that I've watched from this one is the Rakudia Kishi no Iutan.
Okay.
That one I watched, but even that one was kind of a meh. Like it wasn't bad, it just wasn't good. It was like it was a popcorn anime. It's just like, yeah, all right, just sit down, enjoy yourself. Not gonna be like enthralled or anything. It's just gonna be one of those you just kind of you watch because you have nothing else to watch, kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
it's not Demon Hunter.
No, it's not. It's not Demon Hunter.
Another, the last two that I know of that they did is Wakaba Girl. I think it's 2 seasons. No, it's a TV show and a special. I did not like that show, but then they also did the very long Onichan anime, which is one of those like harem shows, and I think I've seen this one, but
That was 7 years ago. This studio does not have a very recent track record.
yeah. So I
Like
don't know.
they go from 2012 to 2014. They did a bunch in 2015. And then it jumps to 17, 18, 19, 20. They're only doing one anime a year.
So yeah, I don't know. It's like as far as the track records. Speaking for this, I know, for this show, it doesn't tell me anything. It's like I recognize some shows that I've watched from them, but none of them have I haven't finished any of the shows that they've done. So this doesn't really speak well for me finishing this show. The story, or the synopsis for this is, the story centers on Kaname Sudo, a high school boy who is drawn into a mysterious game app called Darwin's Game. He becomes in a social game where the stakes are life or death. So it's almost the same premise.
King's Game.
Yeah, almost the exact same premise.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's better. I do like some of the characters that the studio works on, so maybe these characters will be more likable and I'll get farther in the series. But as it stands, the only reason I brought it up because it reminds me of King's Game. So
Gotcha.
yeah. That's all I have on that one. Do y'all have anything?
Nope.
I tried reading it one time, but it was one of the ones that couldn't really grasp my attention. I'm hoping it does better as an anime, which is sometimes the case.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. The next show we're going to be talking about is Doro Hedoro.
So, did you have this one on your list, or was it just me?
I had this one on my list as well.
Okay. I'm gonna say, Mappa, what the hell are you smoking? Because holy crap. Mappa is the studio that's done this. We know Mappa very well. Mappa does amazing things, but they also do some weird things sometimes. This kind of seems like this one falls under the weird category. Yeah, no, 100%. For those of you who do not know what this is about, the story revolves around Kaiman, who does not remember who he is or who he was before he was transformed or transfigured by a magic user. This transformation left him with a reptile's head and a desire to find out the truth about who he really is. Accompanied by Nikaido, his female companion, he tracks down magic users in the hole. Great name for that. And unceremoniously, this is what really gets me, unceremoniously chomps down on their head, hoping to find out who it was that put him in this state. One by one, they witness this second man inside the head of Kaiman, and after pulling them back out of his mouth, he asks them all a question. What did the guy inside my head say?
Okay, that actually sounds kind of funny.
That's why he was biting everybody's face?
Yeah!
Okay.
And it's not like he just puts them in his mouth. No, he literally chomps on them.
Yeah, everybody.
They come out all bloodied and like with puncture holes.
Yeah, there's puncture holes aligned around their head and they're all bleeding. I'm like, stop biting everybody.
Yeah. Stop playing with your food and just eat it if that's what you got. I mean, geez. I'm just, yeah. This one seems very
strange,
odd, but also intrigues me because of it. The character art style reminds me of something it reminds me of older animes.
It reminds me of Akira.
It does. But like,
yeah.
I know there are other animes besides Akira that I'm looking at going, like, it just reminds me of that time frame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What?
Oh, I'm getting some vibes from Gintama.
Yeah,
okay.
See that too. Or what is that one where they had that oh god, was it Mappa who did that one too? The one with the silvery ball that comes into their room and they all have
Oh, Gaunt's?
Gaunt's. Yeah. Kind of reminds
Okay.
me of that too a little bit.
Okay.
Gaunt's, in my opinion, was hyper-realist, which was really interesting.
But like looking at some of these guys' faces and such,
Yeah, their
like,
faces are detailed, so I could see.
like
see
some
that.
of them, I'm like, you had some medical work done because, holy shit! Some of these guys' faces, like your skin's gone. You had some sort of like weird mutation happen with you.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at him going, what the fuck? So I don't know. It intrigues me. I'm not sure how well. Like, yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Where's that? I just had it. Okay, so on the trailer at 46 seconds, or was it 46 or 45? Right around there. God damn it! I just had it. God damn no. 47 seconds. Those guys look freaky. That looks like something straight out of Hellblazer.
Oh,
That looks like something straight out of like
they look like they're wearing those speak out things on their mouth. You know that board game with the little plastic
The
thingy?
dude on the left looks like he has a heart for a head.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I don't even want to look.
Oh, you know you're gonna.
I probably will. Just I won't admit to it.
All right. Well, no. Even if you do it like 3 or 4 animes down the road, when you hear "oh," you're like, "Oh, he saw it." But that's to me, that's where like that hyper realistic kind of sense. Because I'm like, God, these guys look so messed up. But yeah, I definitely like the background animation itself. To me, definitely seems like an Akira kind of vibe to it.
Okay.
But oh, good lord, I just don't know. So it intrigues me enough because I don't that I want to see what the hell's going on.
Okay.
What world have they crafted where this is like normal?
Yeah. So we forgot this for the first one, and we'll go back in just a second. But how do you think the story's gonna play out?
Oh God.
Do you think we'll see him as a regular form?
Him and his head are gonna live happily ever after? I don't know. That's like asking how you think the story's gonna play out in Do Ra Ra Ra. You're like, shit, I don't know. The guy has a freaking head inside of his head.
Yeah.
And it talks to people, apparently.
And it talks to you, but only if he shoves their head in his mouth and chomps down on them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, so is he, when he eats food, is he eating food or is the head inside of him eating food?
Oh, man.
Well, I guess you could say he's eating for 2.
Or is like the outer shell of the reptile that he's become just like a endoskeleton outer shell of it instead of an actual being itself? I don't know.
Yeah.
These are all questions I don't think I want. I'm not ready for answers yet.
Hmm.
You know, I think it has an interesting premise, especially with dealing with the id and the ego.
It has an interesting. I mean, it has an interesting premise. Don't get me wrong, for sure, but it's also really fucked up. I'm like, whose brainchild was this? And have they sought help?
Because he has the sidekick too, so yeah. I'm wondering, like, what is her part of the story? I'm like, were they like a regular, like cop team, and then there's this one guy that they're all looking for, and he's like causing all this trouble.
She almost seems like she's like a mechanic or something.
Yeah, and then they just one day they happen to come across the big bad, and the dude gets transformed. So she's gonna stick around because she messed up her partner, but then he just wants to get turned back to normal. And then I'm wondering, like, are there going to be stakes where, like, she's in trouble, she's held hostage or something like that towards the end, or I don't know. Or is he just going to run off, kind of like in Psychopaths?
This was based upon a manga, so Spaz, get on it.
Yeah. I can definitely look for it. It'll be an interesting read to start out with, at least.
I'm sure. I'm honestly scared.
But
let's see if I can find it on my app.
I'm scared in ways that King's Game didn't scare me, which is weird.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. I can't remember if this was. Actually, no, I don't think this was the one I was thinking of. Where there's a. Yeah, it wasn't this one. But yeah, I'm kind of curious. I'm wondering how serious it's gonna be, or if it's gonna be like really just ridiculous and crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, that's abrupt. Literally within the first few pages, you see him biting down on somebody's head.
Yeah.
That's how they hook you in. You're like, oh, look at that. You want to see more, right? Like, close the book. No.
But it's definitely, even the manga is hyper realistic.
Mm.
Okay. Cool. One thing I forgot to ask about that's it for this show. I'm gonna go back to the first show, and I forgot to think about how it's gonna play out. So, King's Game, it played out where everybody was just going to school like normal, and then everybody received this mass text that
and they receive orders on you have to do this and
you have to do that. Yeah. So with this one, I think because it seems like not everybody's involved, I feel like he's gonna try to live a regular life, but then he also has this problem that he has to deal with. And then I think I remember from the trailer there's other people that are in the same similar situation. So I feel like it's going to be different in a sense because you don't have to worry about everybody, like that whole group mentality where it's like one person's the outcast and one person's the mean person and one person's like trying to get everybody to be friends and all that kind of stuff. I feel like we're just going to be following him and he's going to encounter a bunch of interesting characters.
I don't know. The trailer seemed to me like there was a bunch of just like it almost seemed King's Game to me because it switched between a couple different ones. On the manga script or the strips that they showed. I mean, there was a person in the classroom who all of a sudden their phone became a snake and tried to strangle and bite him. There was another one where there was some sort of mascot on a subway train who all of a sudden pulled a knife and tried to go and kill the other dude. I mean, I'm just like, what the frick is going on here?
For some reason, I'm getting Danganronpa vibes from it.
Okay.
Just from how you're describing that.
Yeah, it's just random. It's like you have to be on your guard 24/7 for someone to try to kill you or some way that technology or something else is going to try to murder you or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Okay, so with that it seems like it's going to be like a little bit better than
I just have to think, well, see, in my sense, it's the lack of information that's bothering me. Because they're not really explaining things in as great a detail to actually let you know, hey, this is what's going on. So.
Okay. I wrote notes. I'm so messed up so bad. I need to run into the other room and grab my notes for the rest of these shows. So I'm gonna we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right. We are back. The next show we're going to be talking about is Eizo Kenni wa Te wo Dazuna, which another name for it, I hope.
Hey, you picked it.
Don't don't mess with the Motion Picture Club. So this is done by Science Saru, which I've never heard of before.
Never heard of them.
Wow, they did Devilman Crybaby? Oh, okay. That explains some of the art style. They did this other show, which I think I've seen some of.
They really haven't done much. They really haven't done much.
Yeah, this seems more like a studio that's like, it's like an art studio where, like, if you look at each of their different shows, they're complete different art style. And like the next,
this is their first full-length TV series.
Yeah.
Everything else they've either done is movies, O&As, or TV shorts.
Yeah. So this is gonna be interesting. It gives me, just from the art style and the way that the characters look, it reminds me of do you remember Dino Coil?
No.
It was a show that was following some kids in this one neighborhood, and it was a show that had AR in it, where the kids would wear these glasses, and the glasses you could see like digital pets, and then also there was these patrol big robot things that they were always scared of, and I can't remember if they would actually affect you in real life, but it was like these big round giant bean looking things, and whenever they would spot you, they would like, "Fuck and like would shoot lasers at your stuff. And it was terrifying. But just the atmosphere, like just the scenery of this world reminds me of that show. Some of the character styles remind me of what was the Tatami Galaxy. There we go. Where it's like these unorthodox looking characters and like,
they look highly unorthodox. None of them looks like they're like 20 feet tall. I mean, that's might be perspective.
I picked it because of those reasons. And the story or the synopsis for this is the story follows Midori, Sumabe, and Sayaka, an energetic trio of first-year high school girls who come together in the Eikozin, the video research club, to turn their anime dreams into a reality. Midori is nervous to create an anime alone. She meets Sumabe, who appears to be a well-to-do girl, but she really has artistic dreams of being an animator. And Midori's best friend Sayaka has the financial sense to bring the project to fruition and joins the pair on their quest. So I don't remember what all happened in the trailer because I was just reminiscing about all the shows that it reminds me of.
I mean, as far as I can tell, the thing that happens in the trailer is like still shot photos of the three girls.
Okay.
And them going to school. That's pretty much it.
Okay. So, yeah, it looks very interesting. For them to be making an anime, I'm like, what kind of ideas are they gonna have? Because I don't know, just from the picture, there's like this dragonfly with a giant like green head on it, and I'm like, this world is not normal. So I'm curious to see what this show's gonna bring.
Yeah, no. I read the synopsis, wasn't interested in it, and I saw the art style, and I was like, that just seems like it's a little too far-fetched weird to me. The girl on the left in the picture looks like she's 20 feet tall, but then when she gets closer to everyone else, and all of a sudden she's maybe 10 feet tall. So, I mean, I guess perspective does a little bit for that, but, you know, I'm just going, they're like, are you mostly legs? Is that what's going on here? Do you have, like, no real upper body? I mean, what the hell? Yeah, and then the giant dragonfly-looking space alien things in the top. I'm like, well, that's obviously probably something they're animating for in their story or something. I don't know, but I was like, this seems more like a slice of life, and I'm not too keen on it.
Okay. Any opinions, Stairs?
Kind of the same kind of gist what I was getting. I was looking at it, just like, this is going to be a slice of life, and this is just not going to be up my alley.
Mm-mm.
All right. So that's it for that one. The next show we're going to be talking about is Healing Good Precure.
Do you have something to say about this one?
I want
It doesn't even have a synopsis on it.
So.
Well, it's Toei Animation,
There's
so.
not even a freaking trailer for it.
So.
I like how he still tries to push through all that.
Yes. So, the original Precure the first Precure series that I saw came out in 2004. I watched like maybe 8 episodes or something like that, and I was like, this is great. Now that streaming is a thing, I'm like, you know what? I kind of like the Healing Good. This is season 15.
Yeah, there are 14 different alternative dimensions for this thing or some shit. I don't know.
It's like Power Rangers. They just keep flipping.
Exactly. That's exactly what I feel like this is.
So, yeah. So Ray, she likes this series, and we were able to find it and she was able to watch like maybe two seasons or something like that. I want to find it on a streaming service so I can go through and just watch everything. But Toei doesn't put it on any streaming services, or at least none that I have access to. So I will never get to watch this show. I don't know. Maybe some of the older ones have been there, but I don't pay attention to it until I see the new one comes out. I'm like, oh yeah, that show I'll never be able to watch. So Toei, put it on Crunchyroll or something. Funimation or High Dive or something. I want to watch these. Especially because Ray wants to watch them too. So that's all I have to say about that. Please put it on a streaming service. The next show we're going to be talking about is ID Invaded.
I debated this one, but I don't know. Again, is this the anime season of just like, let's go weird. let's throw all the normal stuff aside. Let's throw that. I mean, we're gonna pick it up later on, but let's throw that trope handbook out the window and let's just get weird. Because I watched it, and at first I was intrigued by the synopsis it gives, and then I watched it, and I'm like, do I need to be on drugs to appreciate this? What the hell?
Maybe.
Like some serious ones. Jeez. I enjoy it, and it seems to me, and I could be completely wrong on this, but it seems to me the world that they created inside this whatever game or virtual world it is, and then the real world that they show clips of as well. I like the look of the virtual world more than I like the look of the real world. Which is saying something. Because the real world or the virtual world scares me,
Mhm.
and I still like the look of it better. So, anyways,
this is done by.
nobody from I could tell.
Oh God.
I think this is a original, completely.
Yeah, but what studio took it?
Is it even on Mal yet? Let's see. Studio Troika. Ooh, Troika. Yes. Okay. So these are the people who did Recreators. That one that we talked about a long time ago. It was A1 and Troika. The robot one. Album Zero. And they also did another one. Did they work on what was that doggy style robot show?
Wait, hold on. Say that one more time. I heard the last bit of that, and I just want to make sure I.
It was the one where the two people had to pilot the robot.
Oh, and he was. I like how you described that. I really do.
Oh,
The doggy style robot show.
what is it called? It starts with F.
I'm gonna Google. That's probably a bad thing. I'm gonna Google doggy style robot show. Hey, it came up. Oh, it's Fran XX.
Wait. Darling in the Franxx. Yes. There you go. So I think Troika worked on Darling in the Franxx too.
I love how that's the first thing that comes up.
So, this show is the style. I just love the style. Like I love Troika's work. Synopsis for this is the virtual world of ID invaded is full of tumbling, floating houses, colliding masses of land, and disappearing structures. Sakaido, a detective, finds himself in this world and is quickly tasked with unraveling the murder of Kaeru, a young girl who is fatally stabbed. Something was wrong with her eye too. Soon it becomes apparent that the unconventional physical rules of the world aren't limited to buildings or roads, since Sakaido's body also presents various states of disconnection, like her eye. So, yeah, I have no idea what's going on in this show. That world is very, very strange looking, but the animation style is top notch, and I'm gonna go find out what's going on over
As long as they don't have to jump into mechs afterwards,
there.
I think we'll be fine.
How do I think the story will play out?
I'm curious there, Big T. How do you think this is going to, considering its predecessors?
Man. So
the girl looks like she dies in like multiple different ways. Like every time he sees her, she's dying in some new strange way. She either stabs herself, drowns herself, hangs herself. Like there's so many different ways that she's dead.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if we following I guess we're following the detective. So
yeah, no, we're following the detective.
This weird case, and I don't know. Maybe he's like a really good detective. That's why they called him. And he's stumped. And Man, why is everything all chopped up in that other world? It's very weird. I'm wondering if maybe somebody that he's always chasing after ends up going into the virtual world and messing that up too. And it's like his arch nemesis or something. I don't know.
Or
he ends up getting affected by it too. Like his arm started getting all chopped up.
Maybe it's just the program itself, and the people who made it knew it was going to eventually start decomposing because it's not complete.
Yeah.
Or it could be some space aliens from outer space have come down and descended, and no, reality is not even real. So this is one of those where you're just like, how do you even say what is even going to be possible?
They're in a simulation inside a simulation.
Yeah, they're in a simulation inside a simulation. Hey, it could be happen.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Like I said, this is the anime season of weird, messed up animes. This is the season you try not to show people who have never watched animes because they're going to look at you and go, why are you having me watch this? This is messed up. No. Trust me. It gets good. Trust me.
Hold on. Let's figure this out together.
Yeah. Let's figure it out. At the end of it, you're like, oh, my brain hurts. See, now you know why we watch it. To hurt your brain? Something like that.
Yeah. Basically, Troika. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. That's it for this show. The next show we're going to be talking about is Infinite Dendrogram.
Did you have this one too, or was it just me?
No.
I didn't think you did. Some of them I get surprised on that you do. So, but yeah, no, I think this one was just me.
And Spaz, you had this one too, right?
I was just interested in Plunder.
Oh, Plunder, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, no, this one I think was totally me. So this one is done by Studio Naz. So this is also not only the age of what the hell anime is in this season. This is 2020 is going to be really weird. Let's just say that. But also it's going to be the age of little known anime studios because I don't really know this one either.
I know a lot of stuff. They've done a lot of stuff.
None of the ones I've watched though. Like I know, I recognize the ones you've watched.
Yeah, I haven't completed any of these.
I know. Yeah, I know. I know the ones I've watched.
Yeah. And then Gal pissed me off. Hamtora, I was like, eh. Dramatical Murder, I was like, this is boring. Hamtora, I'm like, eh.
So, story for this one is in the year 2043, Infinite Dendrogram, the world's first successful full-dive VR MMO, was released. In addition to its ability to perfectly simulate the five senses, along with its many other amazing features, the game promised to offer players a world full of infinite possibilities. Nearly 2 years later, soon-to-be college freshman Riji Mukidori is finally able to buy a copy of the game and start playing. With some help from his experienced older brother Shu and his partner Embryo, Riji embarks on an adventure into the world of say they kind of cut that weird. Just what will he discover and encounter in this game world known for its incredible realism and the infinite possibilities? I'm not 100% sure what I expect to find here. Only because so this is like sci-fi, action, fantasy, adventure. They didn't say slice of life, so obviously there's got to be some sort of there's a problem here somewhere. Where the problem is and what the problem is, I don't know. But I mean, the game's been live and active for 2 years, so it's not like Sword Art where all of a sudden like everyone logs in for the first time and things go crazy because the creator says, "Aha, I'm gonna screw everyone over. It's like, no, we're not we're not at that point. I just feel like there's probably some other underlying thing that's happening.
Yeah.
They just don't explain it to you. But watching the synopsis for it, or watching the preview and then reading the synopsis for it, preview looks really good. Animation is pretty decent. I mean, it's nothing hugely amazing, but I think it's also pretty nice and crisp, and really does give off that fantasy feel. So I'm a big fantasy buff. I always enjoy a good fantasy, and this promises like it's going to be a pretty decent one. And after watching Sword Art, and I know that it's going to be ending after this season, I'm just kind of curious as to maybe finding something else that might scratch that itch, I guess.
Fill the void.
It sounds like they timed it perfect. And like,
Yeah, they did.
Like full dive MMO VR thingies. We got one.
We get you one.
That's actually a fairly popular manga genre.
I don't see it too much in animes though.
No.
Only like a handful of them have ever done like a full dive type MMO type thing. So,
how do you think it will play out?
see, I don't know because they don't. That doesn't give me a whole lot of information. That's not like, we're not drawing the lines between the good guys, the bad guys. We're not saying that the program's having difficulties. All he's saying is, that's why I had to look at the actual, what they're categorizing it as, because they're saying, none of it's saying slice of life. So it's not just going to be one of those, oh, they get to play the game and hang out together, yada, yada, yada. No. Something's going to happen because it is a fantasy adventure. But what is going to happen, I don't know.
Okay.
Considering this is the weird anime season, I can't say for sure.
I'm betting AI is going to be involved.
That's possible.
Okay. The embryo name. I don't like that name. I wonder how it's gonna be pronounced. If it's gonna bug, I don't know. It's like as soon as that word pops up, I'm like, wait, what? It just throws me off because all the other names sound like a normal anime name.
It's probably like a pet or something that the person has, or like a robot helper that he made, is what I'm guessing.
Like that. Wait, is that no? That's probably a person. All the way to the right, the second person to the right. I think that's just the shorter person.
Yeah, that's just the person.
Okay. So I don't know. I feel like it might be a slice of life. It's just they may have not categorized it that. Because I can't really think of how the show will play out if there's a person, basically a person who's new to the game joins a game and goes on an adventure with experienced people. Does he have experience with other games?
I mean, probably not, considering he was a college kid who
just now saved up the money for a game that's been out for 2 years.
Yeah.
Or is he a former gamer, maybe? I don't know. Because it's kind of like me. Like when I went to college, I missed 2006 to 2012. I missed all games. So all the first person shooters and all that I missed that entire
Yeah, but even if that were the case, you'd think about it this way: what anime has ever had a character who's actually been a quote unquote gamer, who even when they go to college doesn't game? That's been the trope for many of protagonists as far as they go when it comes to real life situations, and they're gamers, is that they stay up too late. And then they don't get the studying that they need to do done because they're constantly gaming.
Okay. So do you think he's going to be like an okay player, or do you think he's going to just be just as good as everyone else?
I think he'll be an okay player, but it sounds to me like his brother and another friend need to help him out in order to even understand what the hell's going on.
Okay. What type of fantasy?
He might have been a good player on regular console or computer games, but this is probably his first full dive game.
Okay.
So he has no idea. So you could pretty much count him as a complete noob when it comes to it.
Okay. And then what type of fantasy world do you think this is going to be? Because like looking at the thing in the back, I kind of just see.
Medieval, as far as I can tell.
Hmm?
Medieval, as far as I can tell.
Okay. They're not going to have like dragons or anything.
Maybe like, I don't know, late medieval, early Renaissance time frame kind of thing. But again, it's a video game where it's a fantasy video game. You look at fantasy video games now. We have shotguns. How's that fantasy? We have shotguns. I still don't see how that's fantasy. We have shotguns. It's like, no, stop it. That's modern. Quit it.
So I'm curious what type, like, do you think it's like all types of fantasy and you could pick whatever you want? And like the one girl, she has a tail, so what, demon?
Well, it looks like she might be a succubus because she has the wings and the tail.
Yeah.
And the brightly colored hair.
It's like, do you think there's going to be dragons or ogres or goblins? Or
they already showed them fighting some giant insects or some sort, so I kind of feel like this is probably going to be a very tropish fantasy as far as that goes, where we're going to have all the main characters that come out usually you would see for some sort of quote-unquote fantasy setting when it comes to it.
Okay.
So we'll have the little bugs, we'll have the dire wolves, we'll have the
Minotaur. They get split.
Minotaur.
The character with red.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So would you classify that like just generic fantasy, or do you think they're like specialized, kind of like Goblin Slayer or something like that?
No, I think they'll be a generic fantasy.
Okay.
I don't foresee them being like you're only gonna see like this particular type of monster or something like that.
Okay. Cool. Well, for me, this isn't really my genre, so I'm kind of curious what would be in it. Do you think they're going to take I don't know. I don't think they're going to take like a Konosuba approach where they'll be like comedic.
No, I don't. Just based upon the trailer itself, I don't really foresee it being comedic. I see it being more action oriented.
Mm.
And maybe just because, I don't know, just because the freedom is there, maybe somebody decides they're going to do some crazy shit with it and be like, haha, I'm going to take over everything and become the ultimate ruler. I mean, it's hard to tell when they're so open-ended on some of these things.
Okay. Cool. Me, I'm probably gonna watch the first episode and then like my usual pattern. But yeah, that's it for that one. The next show we're gonna be talking about is Ishizuku Reviewers.
So, every now and then you kind of have that. You kind of have that feeling where you're just like, man, I haven't watched one of these types in a while. I haven't gone down that road in a while. Let's see what happens. That's kind of what I thought about when I saw this one.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, I know what I'm getting myself into. I know, 110%, 110%. But it's been a while since I've watched one of these. So, yeah, and I'm a little curious. I'm like, you know what? Let's see what it's got. Let's see if it does something cool or if it just flops like almost the rest of them.
It's fan service, the anime.
Basically. So, I mean, the studio itself's not bad. They've done some pretty interesting things like Citrus. Yeah, I know. A couple other ones on here. The studio is Passion.
Okay.
But anyways, that aside. So the synopsis for this one is: beauty truly is in the eye of the beholder. From elves to succubi to cyclopses and more, the Eurono Gloss reviewers are here to rate the red lights delights of all manner of monster girls. The only thing is that they can never agree on which species are the hottest. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it's already classified as comedy, ecchi fantasy. I know what I'm getting myself into. Full knowledge. But I mean, with when especially when you get into a comedy situation, it could go in any number of different directions.
Okay.
They can make fun of themselves. They can make fun of the different genres of girls out there, and you know, be like, wait, you like this? Wait, seriously? You like this? It's like, what about this do you like? What is going on here? You know. So I don't know. Like I said, the last one, and it was ridiculous, but I did still enjoy it. Was Monster Musume. I did enjoy that one. It was totally ridiculous, but I laughed so hard in so many different areas just because of that. God, I still remember the whole Durahan in the forest where they had her head, but they didn't know where her body was, and then her body was getting toyed with, and they were trying to keep her quiet, and that just wasn't helping at all. So I don't know. Like I said, it could be funny. I kind of want to just have some bug gusting laughs coming out of this, and just see where it goes.
Okay.
That's pretty much my only logical reason for even saying about this.
So, just so I have some input, I'll take a peek at it. The studio has done some stuff that I like Roku no Yusha and Rail Wars. So, see how the animation goes. See if there's because it says reviewers. So I'm like, what are they reviewing? Is this gonna be like basically like experts in fan service ratings things or something like that, where maybe I'll learn something, or I'm like, oh, okay, this is that type of thing, or this is that type of, I don't know. But yeah, just morbid curiosity, because it was fun to talk about Monster Musume last time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we definitely got some highlights from that.
yes, we did. Oh, jeez.
That's fast.
As I said, this is fan service, the anime.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will probably not touch this with a 10-foot pole. Because I don't see there being much of a plot.
No, there probably really isn't going to be. I can almost guarantee you that.
I mean,
and normally I don't. I kind of shy away from those. I'm like, oh, come on, we've seen this before. But every now and then, you know,
it might be worthwhile for a good laugh.
Take a good look and be like, all right, what the hell you got? Just throw it at me. Just come on, bring it on. Let's see what happens. I already know what it is going to happen, but let's do it. So.
Okay. Cool. That's it for that one. The next show we're going to be talking about is Jibaki Shonen Hanako. Or am I confused? Oh god, there you go. Toilet bound Hanako-kun.
Yeah. Okay. So
that was not worth the anticipation.
You laugh at me for that one. I laugh at you for this one.
So, where are my notes?
Did you originally want to watch this because it reminded you of Soul Eater? Like, the art style kind of reminds me of that just a little bit.
Wait. Is that what I wrote down? Yes!
I freaking knew it! I freaking But and then when I watched the trailer, like when I saw the main picture of it, I'm like, and I look at your list, I'm like, he did put that on there because I read the synopsis first, and I looked at your list, I'm like, why did he put that on there? And then I look at the picture, and I'm like, wait. And then I actually look at the trailer, and I'm like, all right, I see why he put it on there. It reminded him of Soul Eater.
So yes, why did I pick this show? It reminds me of Soul Eater, and it gives me creepy vibes like the show Hell Girl. I never watched Hell Girl. I think I may have watched one episode out of all the seasons that have been out, and it just makes me feel bad when I watch it. So I don't know. But it's been so long since the show's been creepy enough. I don't know. It's like, where's the good horror anime? There hasn't been one. Like there hasn't been something scary like that in a long time. So just like how you're like, I haven't watched the show with Monster Girls in a while. This is like, I haven't watched anything scary in a while, and this seems like it might be. I don't know, it was creepy. So
I don't think it's gonna be scary at all.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's gonna be creepy.
But yeah, I didn't know the English translation until I just read it. So
yeah. Did you
I
even
imagine-
read the synopsis?
No, I didn't. I only watched the trailer, and I'm like, hey, that looks interesting. So
You know, I'm betting whoever Hanako-san is, I'm betting that there's going to be a scene like Nezuko with the head just popping out of the toilet just barely.
Probably.
And just be like, go away.
Speaking of synopses, the story for this one is, it is said that Hanako-san lives in a girl's toilet on the 3rd floor of the old school building and will grant anyone a wish for a price. Oh my God.
Are you regretting decisions right now?
Okay. Yashiro Nene goes looking for Hanako-san in the hopes for a successful love encounter, but the one that she meets is completely different from what she imagined. Okay. Man. We'll see what happens. I don't even know. How do I think this will play out? I have no idea.
I think it's going to be a lot of toilet humor.
Probably.
Who's this third, or I guess the orange-haired person? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. We'll see.
Yeah, you let me know how that one works out for you.
The next show we're going to be talking about is Clay-Suited Asteroid. Oh, I forgot something.
This is definitely yours.
Yeah, wait. Let's back. Oh my God, computer. Backtrack. Did we talk about a studio for this one?
I don't remember.
Okay.
No, we didn't.
Yes, so it's Lurch. Lurch. The Radiant. Oh, they've done the space show. They've done the space show called Kanata no Astra. They've done Kino's Journey.
Mm-hmm.
So they've done some interesting shows. I don't know. Their pedigree kind
Hey, they're the ones who did Monster Musume.
And they did Assassination Classroom.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. They might be interesting. We shall see.
I don't know. Could be pretty crappy too.
Hey. Their reputation as a studio is pristine as porcelain.
Hopefully this won't be a total flush.
The next show
Big T just forces it along.
Uh,
Enough of that.
Yeah, I couldn't think of one. The next show is Clay City Asteroid. This is done by Doga Kobo, which is one of my favorite studios.
They're the cute girls doing cute things studio.
The last show that I watched from them was the Dumbbell Show, and then before that was
Maid Show.
Yeah.
No, this is the cute girl doing cute things.
Yeah, and the one before that was the Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And then anime, yeah. Basically, I watch almost everything they do. So, Himoto, who everybody hates because she's a brat. Yeah, so I am on board for this show. Oh wow, okay. I was like, it says show more for the synopsis. I was like, oh no, how long is this? Toy to the Asteroid. When she was little, Mira Kinohata met a boy named Ao at a town camping. What is a town camping? Oh, he met him at a town and he was camping. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Town named camping. What do you expect?
While gazing at the starry sky together, Mia learns that there's a star with the same name as herself, but no star named Owl. The two then promised one day to explore the asteroids together and find a star and name it after him. Several years later, of course, Mira enrolls at the Hoshizaki High School and decides to join the astronomy club to fulfill her promise. However, she learns that the astronomy club will be merged with the Geological Research Society to form the Earth Science Club. Reluctantly, Mira goes to the club room and is reunited with Ao Monica, the person she made the promise with, and made the promise to explore the asteroids with, and is shocked to learn that she is a girl. What? Okay. The two are joined by upperclassmen Mai Inose and Sakurai Mikage, a second and third year student from the Geological Research Society, and Mari Morino, a third year from the Astronomy Club. Cool. So, this hits so many different tropes. Kids that were friends when they were younger and they meet older and one's a different gender. Kids making promises and then meeting later to fulfill that promise later. Joining a club and something's happening to the club where there's getting shut down, or we got to make the club great because the seniors are graduating, kind of thing. So, I see a lot of things that I'm ready for. It seems like it's going to be the typical story that normally happens with these types of shows. I just want to see how unique the characters are and what different they're going to do with it. So, plus I like space shows. So, like, what was it? Space Brothers was good. I only watched like half of it, but the half that I did, 99 episodes in a movie. So that's good. Rocket Girls was good. Planet ES is great. So this is straight up my alley. Great studio and a subject I love.
Nice. Yeah, no, I immediately saw this one. I didn't even get halfway through the freaking first paragraph, and I was like, nope, next, moving on. No, mm-mm. And now that I know who does it, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I made the wise decision there. I already know what this whole anime is going to be about. This is the camping at Mount Fuji all over again. You weren't here for that one, Spaz, but
No.
They're literally it's an anime that's literally all it's about is camping at Mount Fuji.
Yeah, you do camp.
That's it.
That sounds
Boring.
so exciting.
Exactly.
Like,
So
are they gonna remember to bring their lunch? You'll never know.
tune in next time.
They forgot to bring their lunch. Just go up to the building up there. They sell food there.
Oh,
To be
okay.
continued.
now they must trek up to the building. Oh no, it's been closed. Oh no. Yeah, no, I was just. Oh, I see that all over again. I'm like, no, I'm good. Appreciate it though.
Any opinions, fast?
Yeah, no. Just no.
Cool. All right. The next show we're going to be talking about is Cute Dragons.
See, you would have thought this would have been on my list.
Yeah, dragons.
But it wasn't. Because I'm not liking shows that depict dragons in like horrible lights. And they're killing dragons. That's sad to me.
And eating dragons.
They're eating them too, like Kobe beef. Like I watched the trailer of it, I'm like, that looks like a freaking Kobe beef sandwich. Are you telling me that dragons are wow? All right. Put dragons on the endangered species list because people are going hunting them and everything.
Well, I think that's why we don't have them in today's society, is because they went extinct.
Yeah, people hunted them because they taste like Kobe beef.
Yeah. Now we know.
Exactly. No, I mean, I'm not too thrilled about the art style. I know that's probably like number one for you, but it looks too 3D-ish for me.
Studio, Polygon Pictures. 100% CG studio, I think.
Yeah. So it's too CG for me. The dragon looks weird as hell. I'm looking at it going, how are you saying that's a dragon? That's like a flying walrus.
Yeah.
with tentacles coming out of its body. What the hell is that? A freaking dragon? Yeah, and then the rest of it, I'm just like, no. If that's your only premise behind the entire story is hunting down dragons because they're tasty, I'm good.
Well, they're tasty and money.
But still, I'm good.
Yeah, these are the people who've done Knights of Sidonia, Ajin, the many iterations of Ajin. Show by Rock, which is one show that I think we did like a small little part talking about how 3D anime is starting to become just better a little bit at a time.
Little bit of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think they did that plane show, so I think I like this studio. I haven't finished anything that I started from them yet, so
Which should say something.
I've barely finished anything.
You still finished stuff.
Yeah. So we shall see about this one. The story for this one goes, it's time to see, oh God. It's time to see what dragons taste like. Crew of airship Queen Zaza makes their living hunting dragons succeed and reward his riches and all the meat they can eat. Fail, and all that waste them is a messy end. Follow the grand hunting cooking adventure of Queen Zaza as they chase dragons across the sky. Yeah.
Regretting decisions now?
That sounds like a solid maybe.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Like another one episoder.
Yeah, at least you're giving it that, I guess.
You're more generous than I.
But yeah. What's the next show we're gonna be talking about?
This is what he gets for watching only the trailers and not reading the synopsis. People coming out of toilets and then tasty dragons. Oh.
Yeah. The next show we're gonna be talking about is Kyoko's Beauty.
Oh, this one was mine. This is done by Brainspace, which is a studio that we do know.
Yeah.
They have done quite a bit. Let's see, Sir Vamp, who dances with the devils.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Now we start finding something. Ishikon Friends. And Natsume. One of my favorites. So
about that. What was the other studio that is doing Duo right now? Starts with S Studios.
no idea. You'll have to look it up.
Oh man.
Well, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to keep going with this. So, synopsis for this is, at the young age of 11, Kotoko Iwanaga was abducted by a yokai for 2 weeks and asked to become their god of wisdom, a mediator between the spirit and human worlds, to which the girl quickly agreed, but at the cost of her right eye and left leg. Now, after 6 years later, whenever a yokai wishes for their problems to be solved, they make their way to Kotoko for consultation. Meanwhile, read more. Thank you. Meanwhile, Koryo Sakuragawa, a 22-year-old university student, has just broken up with his girlfriend after he fled alone when the two encountered a kappa. Considering what we know about kappas now, I don't blame him from fleeing from kappas.
Yeah.
Seeing this as their chance to become closer with him, Kotoko immediately makes her move, hoping to get married to Kuro one day. However, she quickly realizes there is something more to Kuro. With this knowledge, she asks for his help in solving the various issues presented by the supernatural, all while wishing the newfound partner will eventually reciprocate her feelings. I mean, I kind of feel like they're shoehorning a romance in there a little bit, even at this point. But I think that's kind of interesting. The trailer didn't really show a huge amount. It showed some spiritual things and whatnot. It kind of looks like on the picture from for it is that the guy has like some sort of weird black stuff coming from his arm or whatever.
Family of Exorcist, maybe.
So if she's getting help from him or sees potential in him for help, then I think that might be interesting. Okay. But yeah, maybe they'll have their little adventures of solving problems, which almost reminds me of Natsume, which I'm cool with. Mm-hmm. Solving problems from various yokai or whatever. And yeah, I mean, it seems like it's going to be a nice solid little adventure. Nothing too like out of this world kind of thing, but it could be my new could potentially be my new Natsume fix since they haven't come out with a season in a while. So we'll see.
Okay. So speaking of Natsume, the first season of Durara and the first few seasons of Natsume were done by a piece of Brainbase called Studio Shuka. Mm-hmm. Studio Shuka broke off and did Durara 2, the 3 different parts, and then they also did Natsume 4, 5, and 6, I think.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how much of Brain Space is left behind, but it seems like there's some of the people who worked on that since this show seems to be in that similar vein.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
This ends up being another like Natsume. You know, I'm gonna bug the crap out of you to watch it.
I know.
Like I did with Natsume every time a new season came out. I'm like, you're gonna like it. You're really gonna like it. It's an awesome anime. And you're like, I'll get to it next season. I'll see. And then the next season comes out.
And I watched the first episode. I'm like, man, this is good. And I put it off into the corner again.
Like a naughty child. You're really good. Go in the corner. Take your place in the corner with the rest of them.
Yeah. Like always, I'll check this first episode out, and I will see if it's up my alley. I think. I think either I watched the trailer and I was like, or it didn't have a trailer yesterday. I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'll give it an episode. Check it out. So you mentioned part of how you think it would play out. What was that again? I was looking up
like maybe they'll team up and have their little misadventures every episode with dealing with whatever monster yokai problems comes up.
Okay.
Which is kind of the way Natsume kind of played out for the most part. There was an underlying story that eventually showed up, but for the most part, it was just.
Okay.
See, maybe the reason why his girlfriend's breaking up with him was she didn't see the Kappa and he did. And she just thinks he ran off on her.
Well, the Kappa gave her the pickle.
Or took all of her happiness away.
Kappas do like pickles, though.
They do. They also like taking people's happinesses away through the anus.
Well, that definitely means she could have gotten the pickle.
Oh, boy.
All right. The next show we're going to be talking about is Magia Record, Madoka Magica, Magica Gaiden.
Yep, this is all you, buddy.
Man. Madoka Magica is back. This is the original Dark Magical Girls show. Or at least original from my watching history. I have seen the first season. This seems to be like an alternative, or like, I don't think it's going to be a retelling, but it's going to be like a side story to it. It is done by Shaft, which...
Who did the original ones, or at least a few of them?
Yes, and they always have a unusual directing style.
And they did the whole Gitari series.
Yes.
Which, yeah, you say unusual style. Yeah, Gitari series, that was really freaking unusual.
Yeah, and they did Nisekoi, and they did
and Arakawa Under the
Bridge. Yep. And what was the teacher one?
Maho Sensei Nejima.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay. There was another teaching one. Basically that teaching show was the one Sayonara Sensei. That's about Sensei. That is the original show where Shaft was. Like, I tied Shaft to a series. So.
Oh, that just sounded wrong to me.
Yeah, Madoka Magica. Very excited to see this show. Synopsis is the stage is the growing city, Kamihama City. Will you fight alongside me? The meeting between the girls spins a new tale. Guided by a mysterious power, magical girls gather in the city. It is a place where magical girls can stay as they are. The girls draw out new power in their fight against witches. What is going on in this city? Tamaki Iroha came to the city following her disappeared sister. Iroha, with her other magical girls, search for clues. Eventually, Akemi Homura, was she from the first one? A magical girl from Mitakihara City came to Kamiha as well. If I can figure out what's happening in the city, I may be able to save Kaname-san. When the magical girls from two cities cross, a new hope is born. Yeah. This I would say kind of like this is the Evangelion of magical girl shows. Like,
So, super religious, angels coming out of nowhere, and everyone dies.
And ended
But
very
with
abruptly.
magical girls.
almost.
Don't forget, it was ended abruptly too.
Yeah.
So apparently they're coming out with the movies to finish it up.
Evangelion?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, for Evangelion, there's 3 remake movies, and there's supposed to be a 4th one to finish it.
I think the fourth, I want to say. It came out with the fourth one, I want to say.
Really?
I think.
I need to. I think I've watched the first 2. I need to watch 3 and 4. But yeah, for this one, they also came out with the movie. I don't know for sure. I may be mixing this up with another show from 2018 that I really liked. That Kid Adventure one. But basically, the movies are in 3 parts, and I think the first part is the first half of the series. The second part is the second half, and then the third part is kind of concluding that arc. And then it looks like Akemi Homura. I remember her last name. Either the 2 characters have the same last name, or this is the character from the original series. Basically, they're different events happening in a different city, and they're crossing the characters over. So this is
Interesting.
I am really excited for this show. This is like my number 1 hype show for the season. So,
which is ironic, because I think the next show we're talking about is my number 1 hype show this season.
yeah. I think this is on. I think the movies are on Netflix. I want to say that, but I'm not sure. Yeah. The next show we're going to be talking about is Majutsuchi Orphan Hagure Tabi.
Remake.
Yeah.
Or Sorcerer Stabber Orphan.
Yes.
This is done by Genko,
Wait.
who helped work on...
Wait, Dean?
No, Genko.
Jenko's the producer?
Genko's the studio.
Are you looking at Annie list?
Yes. It says Genko right on top. Genco.
I see Dean.
I see Genko. I screenshot to you and sent it to you. I see Genko.
So it says Studios Dean and then producers Jenko.
Mine just says Genko. Might not even say Studios Dean.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they updated the webpage like in between clicks or something.
I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, it just says Genko on mine.
What is Jenko then?
Like, hold on, where is...
Sad part is I played this game back on the PS2.
This was a game?
There was a game.
Oh.
Yeah, I just uploaded it into the. It says Genko.
Really?
That's what it says for me.
Wait,
Huh.
I think you clicked on Jinko.
Oh, did I click on I clicked on the wrong one. Okay. I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, Studio D. Yeah, you're right.
I
Okay,
like
so-
Dean.
Yeah, because it has Konosuba.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I don't like Dean.
But Dean did Fate.
And you've hit on another reason why I don't like Dean. Let's go back to Genko. I was having fun with Genko. Genko was fine.
But yeah, Dean also has been working on Sailor Moon, which is interesting. A lot
Yeah,
of
they don't. I prefer to go back to Genko because
stuff.
okay, there we go. There's one I recognize. Log Horizon 2. That's
There
a
we
good.
go.
That's a good fantasy one.
Well, what about Seven Deadly?
Wait, did Studio Dean do that one? Did I pass
Yeah.
by that without even noticing it?
It's like right up at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, I did pass by it without even noticing it. I think I saw Sailor Moon and just kept scrolling down really fast.
Must get away from the evil Sailor Moon.
Let's get away!
They did Genroku Shinju. Oh, Rakugo Shinju.
Oh, they also made Sakamoto.
Yeah, so Dean is great.
Except for those two that I have a problem with, and I would totally agree with. Yeah, Dean has a long history. I mean, they go pretty far back.
Mhm.
I don't think I can get to the end of their list. I'm already in 2011s now at this point. So Studio Dean's, you know, I have issues with some of their current ones a little bit, but for the most part, the rest of it I'm cool with. Orphan. So, okay, so basically doing the synopsis real quick. A remake of the original 1998 through 1999 anime of the same name to commemorate the novel's 25th anniversary. Orphan is the greatest sorcerer that the Tower has ever seen, but he is more interested in chasing the Bloody August and an infamous and very mysterious dragon. Along with his apprentice, Magic, and their companion, Cleo, he heads off on a quest with a sword of ball tenders, the only thing that can free the Bloody August or Azil from the spell she is under. So, I remember watching this, the original one, back when it first released, back in 1998, 1999, and it was awesome. I loved every single bit of it.
Where did you watch it?
A friend of mine actually got all the DVDs for it, complete series.
Oh, nice.
So I watched the whole thing, and it was amazing. I loved every single minute of it. Totally awesome. I love the cockiness of the main character.
He has that in spades.
He does. His down to earth apprentice who tries to do what he can to help, even when his sensei does some crazy ass shit sometimes. And the girl that he's with that tries to help him as well. It's such a nice dynamic between the three of them, and his quest and everything that leads up to some pretty monumentous things that go on. It's great. My hope is that they're going to do the remake justice, and actually, maybe if it. I don't want them to change the source material overly much at all. If anything, I'd rather they keep it pretty much the same. Just update the looks of it, make it look cooler, make it look more flashier.
They're gonna do it in all CGI.
Oh God.
Just
I will
Give it
drop
the
this so hard if they do CGI in this. I will drop it so hard.
They're gonna give it the Berserk treatment.
No. Even two people we had on here before who had never seen the original Berserk and saw this saw the newest one went, what the hell is this? And I'm like, I know. It sucks. Trust me. I know. That's why I'm not watching it, and I'm just living vicariously through you, which you're, even though I haven't watched it, and you get pissed off, I get even more pissed off because I know why you should be pissed off. Yeah, no, I'm just hopeful. I'm really excited to see this. It was such a classic, and I feel like even at the time was pretty underrated. And I just hope that it gets the attention that it deserves and maybe continues on, because I think the original one. How many episodes are they saying this is going to have? Did they say? Oh, 24 episodes. Okay. So I think that's about the same as the original one was.
Okay.
It might have been a little bit more, but I hope if that's the case, that if it does continue on, that it gets the attention and funding it deserves to be able to do so.
Yep. The old one was 24 as well.
Okay. So either way, I'm excited. This is probably one of my most hyped shows of the season, only because I sort of know what to expect, and it's going to be, as long as they do it justice and as long as they stick to the main source material, it'll be like nostalgia for me all over.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was a remake of one that I'd watched before.
Oh, you going to be interested in seeing what they do with this one?
Yeah, I am. As I said, also I played the game too.
Okay.
That was weird.
I'm sure it was. I can't think of any other game adaptations I've ever seen from animes that weren't the other way around first, like a video game made into an anime. I've seen plenty of those, but an anime made into a video game, that's very rare. So,
I put this one on my list, even though I haven't seen the original. I don't know. It just looks like a cool fantasy show. Like this looks like a fantasy show that's up my alley. You got a very overpowered original character, or overpowered looking, and you have other characters that look interesting. So this caught my eye. As soon as I saw the headband, I was like, wait a
minute. I recognize that from somewhere.
I was like, yeah, exactly. I was like, do I know this? And then I went back and looked up the show, and it was like Alternative Orphan, and I click on it, and it was like 1998, and I'm like, yeah! I don't know how or where or when, but I am aware of this show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. I kind of want to watch the old one, but I'm not going to.
No, we all know how that's going to turn out.
I'm not going to.
We all know how that's going to turn out.
I really wish I had the time to do that.
Oh, I know you do.
Because then I can be on the same page as y'all. But, oh well. Unless 2020 treats me well, I will be watching the first episode and then hearing how y'all like it. But, yeah. Blast from the past. Orphan is back.
Indeed.
Right. The next show we're going to be talking about is Pet.
And yet another one to chalk up to the, oh my god, what the hell am I watching? Anime series.
So.
I seriously think any chart needs a category under it. Like, I know they have supernatural, comedy, music. They need to have a WTF category. Yeah, exactly. There needs to be that category. Any chart, get on it. WTF category. I want to see it. Because there are so many on here, I would have labeled WTF by now.
And unfortunately, you're probably going to watch them anyways.
Probably. But still, that's going to be my exact reaction when watching it. What the fuck? No.
So my notes say, I have no idea what this is. But it has that guy who can't hit high notes.
What?
So
Did he get kicked in the episode?
Nah, like okay, so there's this one rock group that has this guy and this girl, and he has a unique voice, and whatever he sings in like the lower registers, it's like and then it gets to the chorus and he just tries to go higher, but he ends up being like and then like it just hits this high note, like this high note, and you can tell he wants to go higher, but he can't. And that's his style.
Your microphone was like ringing when you did that.
So, I like that group, and also like the girl. She's like she sings a tiny bit higher than.
So hold on. You're basing the want to watch this off of the trailer music that you saw on here.
Yes.
I just want to make sure I've got that 100% total accurate.
Oh my god! It was gonna be that group. Cool.
I just like the entire time you were talking about that, I had it in my mind that there was some sort of musical number in the anime that the characters were singing, and then it just finally clicked in my head when I said that wait, he's talking about the music that was in the trailer that probably will almost never show up, potentially never show up in the actual anime itself.
No, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the intro music.
Watch it never show up at all.
Watch it shows up on the very, very last episode as the outro credits.
Yeah. And you only get to the first episode, so you're like, God damn it, they never had the music in there.
Yeah. So, Pet. A synopsis for this is a psychic suspense story revolves around people who possess the ability to infiltrate people's minds and manipulate memories. The powers have been used in the underworld for covering up incidents, assassinations, and other deeds. These powers can not only destroy other people's spirits, but corrupt users' own hearts at the same time. The users had to protect their fragile, insecure hearts as if chained to each other. Wait. As if chained to each other. They are called pets out of fear and despising. What? Okay.
See, not only does the trailer not make sense, the freaking synopsis for the damn thing doesn't make sense.
I think I might have had a stroke just hearing that.
This is done by Geno Studios, by the way.
Wait, that sounds. Oh, they did
Yeah.
What you call it? What is it? Where is it? Kokoku.
Kokoku, yeah.
Yeah, and they had a really cool intro song. So this show's gonna be banging as well. Man.
You say that, and I'm like, looking at that trailer, I'm like, my brain hurts just from watching that. Like, what the hell am I? Fish are flying out of freaking water and making themselves gigantic, and all of a sudden we're inside of an aquarium, and then we're inside of a pond, and then we're floating through a door going through a planet, and I'm just like, and then there's a giant eyeball on the wall, and I'm like, what the hell?
I saw the picture, and I was watching this with Ray Ray, and she's like, what is this one? I'm like, there's going to be a big eyeball in it. And then it showed up in a different spot. And I'm like, see?
Oh, so there's two big eyeballs somewhere. Oh, okay.
Yep. But yeah, Geno Studio, and they've also done Golden Kamuy, which is really good. I watched the first episode, and it was a very, very good first episode, and I just didn't get back to this.
You'll get used to that, Spaz. You'll get used to that.
Oh,
It was a very good anime, but I watched the first episode.
And that was it.
You'll get used to that.
So, yeah, Pet. don't know why it's called Pet. The synopsis didn't. Synopsis skipped over it and like said half of 2 sentences. So we'll find out in January. Next show we're gonna be talking about is
Baz can take this one.
Plunderer.
So excited for that one.
So start us off. What you got?
So pretty much, I could actually give you pretty much a basic synopsis of it. You pretty much everybody has a number on them, and you can. It's representative of something that you in your life that you've done. So the number of cheeseburgers you've eaten, how many miles you've walked, so on and so forth. They can be any number of things.
Mm-hmm.
You aren't in control of the number that's put on your body. It's just random. When your number reaches 0, you get sucked into this underworld place. Just pretty much this dark hole opens up beneath you, and you just bye-bye. And
It's their version of death, I guess.
well, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah.
Basically, the abyss. Gotcha.
Pretty much she's supposed to go look out for somebody, and pretty much she doesn't know who she's looking for. All that they know is that he's known as a baron.
Okay.
And she finds out the hard way that you can actually lose your numbers. She literally gets she has like over 4,000 to begin with, and she's left with 1.
Ooh.
And any command given by somebody of a higher number has to be obeyed.
Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. I thought that was a very interesting thing for them to do.
Okay, so what draws you to it was just you read the manga on this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
That's why I could tell you pretty much the synopsis.
Okay.
Without even reading it.
Yeah. So, just for uniformity's sake, I guess, did you all want to read the synopsis? Because there's a little bit more info on it.
I would definitely say to read it.
Okay.
Just because what
Okay.
I gave was kind of just a basic overview.
Yeah. So the synopsis on this one is the year 305 of the Alcean calendar, and the world is currently controlled by numbers. Every human born is branded with a count. This count can be anything: the amount of kilometers walked, and the amount of people who have said your food is tasty. If your count drops to 0, you will be sent into the abyss. After Hina's mother count dropped to 0, her last request was for Hina to look for the legendary Red Baron. That's honestly pretty much exactly what she said.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I told you I was actually pretty on spot.
Oh, yeah.
Studio for this is Geek Toys.
What?
Or did I get that one wrong again? No, it's
Really?
Geek
That's what I
Toys.
see.
Yeah, Geek Toys.
Wow. They've done Rewrite and
Something
whatever.
really about a calligraphy club.
With hentai.
Hinsky, are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's cute? Okay. So a harem show.
Oh, okay. So it's a Cinderella story with panties. I mean, okay, so legit. So like, I'm reading this and this real quick on the synopsis on this one to see what they did. And it's a guy who was in a calligraphy club. He was cleaning out his desk and he finds a letter in there. He opens it to find a girlfriend. He opens an envelope to find the words "I like you," along with a pair of the sender's panties. With only these panties as evidence, he narrows it down to the identity of 4 girls who helped him clean the club room that day.
How did he narrow it down?
Cinderella story.
Okay.
He
So-
sets out to discover what these seemingly unorthodox ladies will become his girlfriend.
So now they're doing a show about numbers counting to 0.
Oh, trust me, there is quite a bit of fan service in that one,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I see the lady back there in the really revealing, like, almost non-existent bra with a white t-shirt on, so.
Okay.
There's lots of panty shots.
Okay, so that's what they're about, all right.
So, it looks like we're going to be following the Red Baron and Hina.
I don't think I read Baron. So it seems to me, I could be completely wrong, and don't necessarily correct me on this there, Spaz, but
Not
I
saying a word.
would think that looking at that picture that they have up there, oh wait, that's not the same picture. The one I'm seeing
Yeah, we
on
have
any
the
chart?
old picture. Yeah, we have the old picture.
Yeah, so the one I'm seeing on any chart, I think the Red Baron is actually the one in the upper left, I would think. Because he kind of has like a military look to him.
Okay.
I would think he'd probably be the Red Baron.
So
the
you're talking
one-
about the guy with the hat and the blonde hair?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's who I would think the Red Baron is.
Okay.
The other dude looks like somebody who's probably helping her.
Okay.
Now I could be completely wrong about that. Maybe she wanted him to find the Red Baron because the Red Baron's the only one who could potentially help her. But I don't know.
Okay. So I guess we can try to guess what's happening. I don't even know one of us already knows what's gonna happen.
Well, have you completed the manga series already?
It's still going on.
Okay.
All I will say
How many
is there's
mangas?
pudding.
Okay, pudding. Gotcha. How many mangas are there out for that so far?
Oh, I'll have to see how many chapters are real quick. Because that was definitely one of my favorite reads recently. And I'm wanting there to be more, but there hasn't been more.
Of course.
Okay.
So this sounds like one of those animes that we might want to wait for like a couple episodes to come out and then start watching them and then like wait again for a couple episodes to come out. If you can.
So it's up to 53 chapters
Oh, geez.
Okay.
right now.
So
And how many episodes are they planning? They don't say.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see a plan for that.
I wonder if they're gonna I don't know. It's like, are they going to have it start and then just play it by ear and be like, you know, we'll do this first core, and then if people like it, then we'll keep adapting it.
Possible.
Well, I don't think it has too much longer left on it, on the actual series.
You have 57 chapters. I mean,
53.
oh, 53? What's
But
that?
it's not like a full book.
Mhm.
Chapters for manga are typically about 20 pages.
Yeah, sometimes you can put like 3 chapters in an episode or more.
Yeah.
So it looks like it might be 13 then. Well, I don't know, since it's not out yet. It's probably most likely 13, and then they'll just end it. So, yeah. I'm kind of curious, like, how she gets. So the things that are kind of interesting, the parts that you said are like she has 4,000, she's down to 1. I'm like,
I don't think it's quite 4,000. I think it's actually like 400, but it's still quite a bit.
Okay, so so to lose 400 points, I'm like, 1, how do you lose points and all that kind of stuff? And then 2, if 2 people have like very similar points, I'm like, do they have to keep doing the thing that gives them the points so that they could get the upper hand? They're like, what if one's like making burgers and one's like eating burgers? And he's like, I gotta make all the burgers, and the other one's like, I gotta eat all the burgers. And it'll just keep going
I
up.
can't eat anymore. Oh, as I said, I was just using that as an example.
Okay.
There's one person who has his thing. Their thing is number of good deeds that they do.
Okay.
It'd be funny if that was a correlation between the two. So like one was like you have to eat a burger and say you like it. The other one's like you have to make a burger and have someone say that they like it. Yoto mesh up. Here you go.
What kind of burgers do you like? Okay, cool. I'm gonna make that. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious to see how this is gonna play out.
The first time, I'm just gonna say this: the first time you see the Red Baron's number, you're gonna be like, "What?"
Okay.
69.
I will not ruin what his number is.
Okay. So, yeah, this is like it's one of the more promising shows of the season. It's not crazy. It's not out of the ballpark. It has an interesting premise, and yeah,
It's definitely a little hectic sometimes.
okay.
So it will go into like Dragon Ball-esque fight scenes.
Cool.
That's about the only way I can summarize it.
Okay.
Or maybe Full Metal fight scenes.
Gotcha.
Okay. So we shall see what craziness happens in January. The next show we're going to be talking about is Somali Tomori no Kami-sama. Or Somali and the Forest Spirit.
Oh yeah, this one was mine. I thought I couldn't recognize it at first. This one seemed interesting to me. This is done by Satellite Studios, which that is a studio that we do know. Has done a couple different ones that I think we've enjoyed. Or have we?
Yes. There's Satellite. They've done Symphogear, which I've always wanted to look at.
Oh, Madonna o Venatus. That one I enjoyed a lot.
Caligula was
And the original Log Horizon, so I'm sold on them. So
okay.
Satellite, good studio. This one is very interesting to me. It's definitely a slice of life, but I think it has enough fantasy to keep me hooked.
Uh-huh.
So the overview of this one is the world is ruled by spirits, goblins, and all manners of strange creatures. Human beings are persecuted to the very point of extinction. One day, a golem and a lone human girl meet. This is the record of the pair, one member of a ruined race, the other a watchman of the forest. It tells their travels together and of the bond between father and daughter.
Okay.
It seems very okay. So it seems at the same time somewhat lighthearted. It also has some darkness to it, I feel like, especially with how they treat humans apparently. And the very first time that she meets him, she has like this giant collar and chain on her. And I also feel like this kind of almost reminds me of Magus's Bride. Because they're in a fantasy world, it's a fantasy setting, and she sees a lot of the things around her brand new because she's so young. So a lot of the wonder, a lot of the amazement, a lot of the things that you as a viewer would probably see, she sees as well. You know, and the meeting of different creatures. There was this demon creature, there was a bunny creature, there was just massive amounts of just different spirits and animals and creatures, and I'm just like, I'm kind of interested to see where this goes. And the golem dude looks wicked. Like I don't know if he's like partly broken or whatever, but like the way his configuration is, he looks pretty wicked.
Yeah.
So
when I saw the trailer, I do see what you're talking about, how it gives off uh, what was that show?
The Ancient Magus' Bride?
Yes, the Magus' Bride vibes because it's like very, very nice fantasy. It's
I mean, I see some darkness in there. There's some darkness in there, which there was some darkness in the Ancient Magus' Bride too. So
yeah. Yeah, it's like high quality fantasy where it's like
I would agree.
There may be like lore behind each of the different character designs. One thing that I did like about it is that I think somebody said something about a human, or I didn't see anything that looked like a human, so I was kind of like, this is a pure like fantastical world where it's like nothing is what I am used to. So it's gonna be like I don't know, it's like a show where I'll like completely dive into the world because just like you said with the little girl, everything's gonna be new.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm getting vibes of that was just a little while ago that we were talking about it, and it's just kind of a for me. For my daughter to even defeat the Demon Lord. That's what kind of vibes I'm getting from it.
I could see that, but I think the interesting thing about that is like most times when you see a something like this, it's usually the demon or spirit or whatever creature is the outcast. Here we reverse roles. Now the human is the outcast.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's just a good little girl. She has no powers. She has no abilities that we know of as far as of yet. So it's like, and yet people will, it definitely seemed like she was, persecuted and, potentially taken advantage of. So, I mean, I'm like, I don't know. It interests me as far as that goes. The dynamics between that and the golem too, I'm really interested to see how that works.
Yeah. I guess how do you think this is gonna play out?
Well,
part of me kind of thinks it's gonna be like Buddy Drop, where it's like him and the girl and their like relationship of getting through life and that thing.
Yeah, and I imagine life's going to be really challenging and difficult in a lot of ways, just because of the way that where they're at and what they're having to go through. I think he probably gave her that jacket with the horns on it just to make her seem like she's maybe a demon, so people wouldn't question it nearly as much.
Yeah.
So
they wouldn't stand out from far away. They're like, oh, okay, yeah.
He's just a demon. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then see, that's kind of funny to me when you think about it. It's like someone thinking a demon's the normal, and then a human would not be. I'm like, that intrigues me. Yeah, right there, Big T.
Yeah. Everything's still working.
Okay. So yeah, no, I'm interested to see where it goes. Again, it specifically states on there slice of life, so I'm pretty sure this is just going to be the day-to-day life of how they survive in this world that they're in, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, because normally you're not on board for slice of life, but this is unusual enough to where.
Yeah, I think because the world that they're living in is definitely not the quote-unquote norm.
Yeah.
So what to expect and what not to expect, I have no idea.
All right. So we shall see what happens in that one in January. The next show we're going to be talking about is, and the last show.
I must say, is our last show?
Yep. Railgun.
I'm surprised this wasn't on your list.
I was writing my notes and that show came up and I'm like, oh yeah, next show. And I didn't write it down.
So you wanted to, you just didn't. All right.
I was so excited I forgot to write it down. Because it's like a no-brainer. Basically, I can just go ahead and say it here and now. All index, all railgun, and accelerator. I'm starting.
So, as you all well know, this is the third season now to Railgun. Synopsis for this third season of Toru Kagura no Railgun. Misaka's electro manipulation abilities and delightfully destructive railgun projectile move make her a rock star in Academy City. The techno metropolis is packed with supernaturally powered students known as Espers, including Misaka's flirty friend and roommate, Kuriko. And the city's full of superpowered gangs and scientists and monsters. There's no shortage of action. Absolutely. I mean, I feel like this whole universe that they have created, as far as this goes, could perpetually go on forever. Because there's always something interesting and new going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just noticed that the synopsis has been updated since the last time I worked on the thing. I was like, wait a minute, where are you reading all that from? Oh.
But yeah, like you, I mean, I didn't even watch the trailer for it. I was just like, I don't even.
It's not even a trailer, it's a teaser.
Oh, gotcha.
It just shows her doing her move. And I'm like, and they're like, and it's over. It's like 12 seconds, unless they changed it.
No, that looks like the same thing from the last time. I just put play on it. It's what they did.
Oh. But it's like, I'm gonna watch it anyway. So
yeah,
getting all upset about a teaser.
Spaz, have you watched anything on this?
I have not.
I would think this would be something you'd be interested in.
It might be.
Only because this whole universe, this whole world they live in has so many different people. I mean, it's almost like
My Hero?
My Hero, yeah, Boku no Hero. Because so many people have abilities and powers. They originate them differently, but they're all interesting in their own way.
Okay.
I'll give it a read.
Yeah. There's two sides to it. There's the a certain scientific. A certain. What is it? Certain
scientific. Scientific railgun.
Yeah, certain scientific railgun, and then there's the magical side, which is
Majutsu no Index.
Yeah, so a certain magical index. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Index started first, and then they just hopped back and forth, and then they threw an accelerator in there once. But yeah, Index 1, Railgun 1, Index 2, Railgun 2, Index 3, accelerator.
And now Railgun 3.
Railgun 3. So this is probably like the longest running show that we've talked about.
Oh, for sure.
And yeah, I'm excited. I am still behind, so I'm gonna watch the first episode and then not catch up and be sad, just like with Index 3, where I can't.
And hope that I do at least something. Live vicariously through my watching.
Yeah. So.
Again, this is done by JC Staff, which we all know does awesome stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely one of those where I don't even have to scroll halfway. Like I barely have to start scrolling and be like, yep, know that enemy, yep, that one, yep, that one too, yep, that one. They've done Dungeon. They've done Food Wars. They've done.
One Punch Man season 2.
Yep, they did One Punch Man season 2. They probably regret that, honestly. I think.
I only saw the first
episode. How am I not surprised?
Oh my god! Because I actually
you see a common trend here. You see a common trend here.
I finished the first season. It's just because since Madhouse didn't do the second season, I didn't care.
Sure. Yeah, we'll let that excuse fly.
You see the common trend here. This is going to be something you're going to see a lot if you're on here a lot.
So you did that one with the mom girlfriend girl.
Oh God, yeah, that one.
The
one where everyone was uncomfortable.
Day Live, which I saw in the first season. I think.
Anyways, so either way, we all know we're expecting good things because we get good things in regards to this. I think this needs to be JC staff's series to focus in on as far as like their main series. And they could branch off, do a few other things like Food Wars, stuff like that, but they need to leave the other series from other studios alone. Just leave it alone. Don't even bother.
See, there's only one issue though, because they did have a flop.
What's that?
The second season of Dungeon.
Yeah, that was kind of a flop too.
Yeah.
The season of fan service.
Yeah, I think that's the reason. I think many people. Well, okay, so I think from what I remember reading about from manga people about that is that the where they're at in Dungeon, like where they went to, it did go there, but they could have skipped over that easily and just continued on.
Yeah.
So much of that, but they did it anyways. So I give commendation to them for the fact that they're at least sticking to the source material for the most part.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of they didn't really need to have that part.
Maybe the source material didn't need to have that to begin with.
Well, that's true too. But hey, at least they're doing things that other studios don't usually do, which is they're actually sticking to the source material instead of going, I don't want to do this. Let's do this instead.
Okay.
I felt like the whole second half of it, or most of whatever big chunk we said it was, could have just been like an OVA.
Basically after episode 3.
Yeah, like just be like, cool, this is season 1's OVA. This is what we did over in this other town. And then let's get back to the good stuff. But
well, no, okay. So the one thing that JC staff's done that they really shouldn't have done is Taboo Tattoo. That is an abomination that needs to die in some unholy fire. But beyond that, they do good stuff.
What was that other one? The Angel something. What's the English version? Angels of Death. That was good.
Yeah. So, anyways, like I said, we expect good things from this. They need to focus in on their good series, what they do well. I think that's what we have going on here. So yeah, I have high expectations and high hopes. Again, I think Orphan is still my lead contender as far as what I'm most hopeful for this season coming up. But Railgun probably is going to be at least in the top 3 or 5.
Mm-hmm. We got high hopes.
That will fill us.
So, but yeah, that's all the shows we have for today. We will be back on let's see. Depending on if all the shows end by the 27th of December and don't like bleed into the next week after that.
27th? Would it be the 29th?
Well, that's what the show. The show will be on the 29th if the shows end on the 27th.
Oh, okay.
If they bleed into the 30th and the 31st, then I don't know if we should move it back a week or. But we'll play it by ear. So we will most likely be back on the 29th. Let's see. We have a question in the chat. Kiki, welcome. This is Spaz, one of our new guests that we've been having on the show. He is our manga expert. And one thing that's cool is when I found out that the what was the name of the show? The Madoka Magica was coming out. Kiki's actually watched that one, so maybe we could do a special episode, Kiki.
Yeah, because that would be all you guys.
Yeah.
That would be all you guys.
So, yeah. That is it for today. We'll be back on the 29th to talk about the shows that have ended. during the fall season. And I think after that, we'll be doing the anime awards for shows that we think.
You need to send me the information for that
Yes.
so I can get on that.
Yep. And they will put it in Discord for a vote. But yeah, that'll be after the final thoughts for this season. And yeah. So anyways, this is Big D and Shade from TacoYaki Anime. We have our guest, the Spastic one. And as always, I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Thanks for hanging out in chat. Thanks for supporting the channel in any way that you do. And we will see y'all next time. Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.